welcome to the Pedalboard Podcast, the podcast where us jaded gear junkies get together and just try to, I don't know, find our way in this crazy world with all these gear options. And, you know, we've tried a lot of them and we just need to find some love. And today's special guest is Nick Rogers from Dirty Haggard Audio, the boutique guitar pedals made and designed in Portland, fucking Oregon. Nick, how are you today?
Hello, I'm good. How are y'all?
We are great. All joining us today is Brandon Schock, aka Shock Rock Effects, aka Professor Pedals, aka Sally Sweet Tits. How are you doing there, Brandon?
Hi.
Sally Sweet Tits. That's
your porn name, right?
It is now.
I seem to remember it being different, but I don't remember that well.
So, Nick, tell us about Dirty Haggard Audio.
It exists.
Fantastic.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. You forgot the joke.
I totally forgot the joke. Vince, you're gonna have more. You're gonna have more editing in your future. So, hey, Nick, how do you make a musician complain?
Give them options.
Pay them. What? Yo, fix that in post, Vince, or don't. I don't care. Yeah. So yeah, tell us. Dirty Haggard Audio exists. I have actually seen your pedals floating around for some time because I am in the area. We have banished Vince DeJoya back to the cesspool of Texas, and it is all just Pacific Northwest boys. What's up? Yeah, no Texas allowed today, unless you're a listener. And please don't go. We love you. I've seen your pedals floating around. Like, I have seen videos. I've seen a lot of Justice's videos of your pedals quite a bit.
And I have several.
Yeah, he owns a bunch. I haven't got a chance to actually try one. I think I may have tried one at Brandon's, but
oh yeah. I think you did the first time you came over. I think you tried the torsion.
I try a lot of pedals over at Brandon's. Yeah. It's hard to remember them all. I did check out some cool stuff. You got anything new and notable you want to talk about?
Yeah, actually. Brendan's already seen it.
Yeah, I actually went and tried it today.
Ooh, hell yeah. Does it suck?
No.
Where? Yeah, so it's like a heavy drive / distortion. It's got two.
No, it's not a heavy drive / distortion.
Do you have it sitting there?
Do you have one?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me.
Okay. No. You need to show it to Lowell, because Lowell, you're gonna freak out. You're gonna have to come by it.
It's probably the favorite artwork of anything I've done so far.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's right up my alley. That's very much up my alley.
So it's technically, I don't know. I have everything I need. I'm starting to build them, but kind of waiting on an official launch date. Yeah, I'm getting a demo made for it, so it's kind of dependent on that.
Fantastic.
But yeah, it's a couple. Okay, yeah. It affects the signal.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So it's two soft clipping stages, a symmetrical stage into an asymmetrical stage. Both of them push different mid-range / upper mid-range frequency bands. So yeah, it's like a mid-forward distortion. It's like a chug machine is how I wanted it to be perceived.
There we go. Now we're talking English. We're talking English for the ignorant here. A chug machine.
Yeah. So I want it to go before a big amp. Actually, the guy I'm playing music with is the one who actually gave me the idea for it. He plays a Rocker 50. It's like a really, heavy sounding amp. And so I'm like, all right, what kind of distortion would go good in front of that? And so I came up with this. And it indeed sounds like a fucking monster. So
So he's packing the balls, and you're just putting the hair on them.
Yes, and shaving cream.
Well, ooh, I love the contradiction there. No, that's super cool. Yeah, dude, we're big fuzz nuts around here and distortion heads, especially me. I'm a huge distortion head.
So you know what's really funny also, Lowell, is I took a moon toboggan down there today, and so the Beast Mountain and the moon toboggan are sitting right next to each other on his shelf.
Nice. Direct competition.
Yeah.
Brandon had a crazy idea long ago that was shot down, but he told Lowell this idea, and Lowell just browbeat it into reality with him. So
nice
for this crazy character that he had tried to and show idea that he wanted to do, and we I just ran, one of those dudes. I just ran with it, whether he wanted it or not, pretty much. And then he got stoked about it, and now he won't shut up.
Nice.
I mean, he kicked me into gear getting this stuff started.
Well, it's fun, dude. I mean, it's fun as you know. God, put the pedal away. Not yet. The world's not ready for the grungy yet. As you know, like being able to, produce these things, these intangible things, and then smash them into reality is really fun, because it's crazy. Like a lot of this stuff, it's just like making music. You know what I mean? Like, is that you're pulling this shit literally out of thin air. It's an idea, it's an intangible idea, and you're making it physical, which is very cool feeling, and it's a very cool thing to be able to do. That's one of the reasons I love having like pedal builders on this show, more so than anything, is because Brandon is a pedal builder. I dabbled in it, but I just say more, I'm a very large enthusiast. And you're like a pedal builder, and it's just fun to like talk to people that take intangible things and make them physical. Does that make sense? Like, yeah, it's very cool. And I checked out some of your stuff in preparation for this, and I found a very, very interesting clip of Justice playing the broken pedal, which I actually really enjoyed the sound of that pedal. I'm kind of a dirty stoner rock dude, so like that was just
nice.
right up my alley.
Right.
This is right up my alley. And he started playing the Lenny Kravitz song in the middle of his demo.
Right.
Yeah. Vince, can you insert that video? Thanks. We'll wait. No, it was just like the Fly Away song.
Right. Yeah, I remember watching that demo when he finished it, like, wow, hello. Didn't expect that.
Yeah, it caught me off guard too, because I was just getting ready for work, and I was typing up some stuff, and I had like one of his demo video of the broken just going. So I just kind of wanted to be familiar. I did a vague familiarity, but I wanted to be really familiar with like your different pedals and stuff you do. And I didn't catch it the first time. I think I caught like the last bar of it or something. I was like, did he just play Fly? And I was just like, I had to go back. And I'm like, oh, he did. Hey, Vince, insert another video clip of that, will you? Thanks. We'll wait. I'm going to make his job hell this time. He's getting off light, and we're going to make him work for it today.
I mean, you can always let me just edit it on my phone.
No, we're going to make him work for it. He's got to do his piece. He's doing his piece. So what kind of made you want to start building pedals?
Just a lifelong love for music and all things related to it, I guess. Like I originally went to school for production and stuff, music production, and it didn't really pan out very well. Not steady work and all that. And so I went back for electronics and pretty much right out of school, I was like, what can I start building that's easy? And so I just started working on pedals, and within a few months, I just had some random designs, and I'm like, oh, okay, I think I should start a business doing this.
So you had a choice of becoming Glenn Fricker or becoming Robert Keeley.
Right. I don't have the personality to be Glenn. I don't know what Keeley acts like, actually.
I saw Glenn once in the flesh. I used to work at a music store, and I would go to the NAMM show all the time. And I was at the NAMM show, and I was outside sitting on a bench, and Glenn comes walking, down the way. That dude is huge. He is such a large man. Like I did not realize he was that tall. He is stupid tall. And I'm not like super fanboy. I didn't go like running up and like everything. I didn't even I was just like, hey dude, that's Glenn Fricker. Cool.
You should have shouted "fuck you" at him.
Just like everyone else does.
Flick a cigarette at him. Dude. No, it was fun, but I saw a lot of cool people there at NAMM. But yeah, just saying to mention Glenn, he's ginormous, dude. And Ryan, like Fluff, is really smaller than I thought he would be.
Oh yeah,
I saw him there too, and he's smaller than I thought he would be. And Jared Dines is super small. So yeah, it's a fun time. Go to NAMM. That's the point of that story. Go to NAMM. You never know who. I was looking. It said that it said that you had founded a studio on your webpage.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of affiliated with it.
The Gold Room.
Yeah. So my friend Alima and I both kind of like started our own business endeavors at about the same time. Hers was primarily like the studio route, with like a focus on vocalists, podcast type stuff, simple stuff that requires, one or two microphones. And we've just been like homies for forever. I used to do production for a lot of her albums. And so, yeah, we just kind of mended the whole endeavor, at least for the first like 6 or 7 months or so, into one like big thing, and then kind of, separated a bit since then. But it's still a really cool space that I just kind of have access to whenever I need it, which is ridiculously rad.
Yes, it is. It also said something about you being a art director.
No, that's not me.
Oh no, it's someone else on your page. Oh, it's her. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I see. Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. She's affiliated with all kinds of really awesome art stuff. Like she's
damn it, research department. The research part. Someone's getting fired. That's all I gotta say. That's me. I'm the research department. So what was what was the pedal that you would say like got you into pedals? Like, did you get one that was just kind of changed your life?
Yeah. And
rocked
actually
your world?
I can't stop making like different variants of it lately. It's the Fender blender.
Okay.
Yeah. Really aggressive octave fuzz, lots of low end. I randomly found a schematic for it like right before I started to like actually launch. And I put that together and I just could not believe it. It sounded like a freight train blasting through my amp. And I was like, oh my God, this is the best thing on the planet. And so, yeah, like I did do an official clone of that with Blammo Electronics a bit more than a year ago. And the Arachnid that I make is basically just the Fender blender, except I just cut out all the parts that I never use.
Yeah, I see. I'm really digging the.
Well, now I need to get one of those.
I'm looking at the pink death fuzz. You don't know me very well, but I'm all about rainbow.
That's all you.
Yeah, rainbows and unicorns and like sparkly pink stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, that's like you can see there's a big rainbow.
Oh yeah.
Painted over there with the sky, dude. My review show is called Death and Rainbows, and yeah, it's somebody, Vince, I believe, asked me to describe myself on a podcast in 2 words, and that was the 2 words I used was death and rainbows. It seemed to fit really
I'm
good.
actually surprised you don't have that pink one.
What, me? Because I buy everything that's pink. Yeah,
Well,
not, to be fair, it's not a lie. If I see a pedal in a pedal case that's pink. Recently I had one of our guests, Michael from Emergy Effects, sent me one of his pedals. It was called the Gristle Throbber. And he did a special one just for me in pink. It's like pink rock on the side or something like that. It's pretty cool. It's a crazy pedal.
I'm also a massive fan of pink. I use pink LEDs whenever I get a chance.
Yes,
I play bass in kind of like a doom rock band, and I'm the guy up there with like the pink guitar strap, the bright pink cable.
That's me too.
I switched amps recently, but the one that I was using, like I swapped out all the LEDs to be bright pink. So like, you know, it's really dark, aggressive music, and there's me over there with like all the pink stuff. Yeah, love it.
Yeah, that's where I'm at, like building a guitar right now that's completely pink. I'm having another guitar built for me, like an 8-string for all the genty madness that I do for the internet. And that one's insane. But we'll show that on the show once that finally gets done. They're having problems. The fretboard glows in the dark. It has this crazy like Cthulhu on it, and it glows in the dark. But it's taking a while to source those materials. So with COVID and all that,
right?
You know, with another, you know, with all the other COVID stuff that's kind of coming down the pipe now too, that's probably just going to slow down even more, which is fine. You know, it's worth the wait for me to wait for these.
I'm gonna have trouble finding semiconductors soon.
Yeah, it's Todd, that's coming down the pipe, dude. Production issues are going to be back in full swing, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So speaking of COVID, how has the COVID times, these dark times we live in, treated you, you know, your business?
Surprisingly well, actually. About 2 months into it, I just started selling like absolute crazy, at least as compared to previous. Yeah, it's actually been ridiculously amazing over the last like year and a half.
That's awesome. Are you seeing like certain kinds of pedals like sell more than others?
At first it was the 3904, which is just like a simple one knobber. I was like donating the proceeds to various charities at first, and then it just became like, you know, part of the product line.
I mean, you lately those for so cheap too. Like,
yeah,
I mean, even I couldn't even believe it when I saw those.
Yeah, I think, yeah, the overhead's not great, but you know, it's cool to give people things for cheap if they can't justify spending a lot, you know.
Yeah. Well, and then you were donating the proceeds, which was even more like massive. So
yeah, I don't know. I haven't really done much charity work in my life, so I saw a clear need for things to change, and I was like, I'm gonna do it.
No, charity work is fulfilling, dude, for sure. I actually make a living doing charity work, so no, it's fulfilling. It's like a personal fulfilling. It's addictive too. It's really, really stupid addictive. So just fair warning. Not to throw like a negative spin on it, but it can be it can be very addicting, and in a good way. No, that's so. How did it treat you personally? Did you go like mad inside and claw the windows and scream at the mountaintops?
Yeah, it was really taxing. There were a lot of nights where I was like, you know, up super late, packing things, and yeah, basically there was like weeks at a time where I was like, because of COVID at my day job, I was kind of being furloughed every other week. And so on those weeks, I would just do nothing but like sit at this desk and just solder and drill and solder. Yeah, so it was a lot, but you know, it was cool. It was cool to do.
Yeah, I get that too. I got furloughed like right out the gate, and it's just like, I just started making YouTube videos. Like I hadn't really done it at that point. You know, when COVID started, I didn't start doing this until like COVID, and it was just like, well, I got all this time now. Like,
Yeah.
why not? Why don't you make a funky rainbow machine video? Just see what happens. Where I run a voicemail from my dad through the rainbow machine to see what it sounds like. I mean, like, dude, that's how my demos go. Just FYI, if you ever want one,
Hell yeah.
It's the insanity, over the top, crazy stuff. Ask Brandon, he knows.
Nice. I really dig that. I really dig just going absolutely, batshit in a recording setting. It's so fun.
Yeah, I love it too. What about you, Brandon? You haven't said much. Why don't you chime in? Pull your weight.
I mean, yeah, I haven't done a whole lot of YouTube stuff. I tried to do some stuff a while back, and then like before I even got into building pedals, I was like doing YouTube videos and stuff, and then I just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna build for a while, and so I started building, and then I literally have done like next to nothing as far as video stuff up until me and Lowell started doing this. And now it's like all I do. Like,
did I drag you up out of the mud?
You guys can't get me to stop.
I really feel like when I met Brandon, which is really just a happenstance. It was like a very strange happenstance. I felt like
drugs involved.
No, actually, weirdly
Pedals
enough,
were involved.
pedals were involved. I felt like he was kind of winding down maybe from pedals and like pedal building and stuff like that. And but before I knew him, I walked in Old Town Music. There was one of his whoop ass drives in a tuna can. I bought it. Just like, I don't want to try it. I'm buying that. It's mine. Give it. And I tried it. I loved it. And I just started doing reviews. So of course I found him on the internet, looked at his crazy shit. And I was just like, okay, well, I like this guy. This guy has a style I dig. So I want to reach out to him, see what's up. Kind of hit it off. Then he wouldn't shut up. And then like, here we are. This dude will meme spam you like you would not believe.
I'm pretty.
I see him
I've meme spammed you before.
Yeah.
I've seen you post like I think every day. Like there's something on Facebook, some kind of a meme.
Yeah.
I swear it's like literally every day.
He'll drop like 20 at once. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So what do you do for your like apart from music and pedals, what makes Nick Rogers tick? What is your guilty pleasure? Let's have a guilty pleasure segment where we each talk about something guilty pleasures.
Well, I mean, I'm a meme lord, so
we know. He drinks LaCroix and makes memes or finds memes.
I also make them.
And makes LaCroix. He imagines a flavor and then he drinks seltzer water. It's about what it does. So what do you do? What do you do for fun? What do you do? What's your guilty pleasure?
That's so stupid. I watch car crash videos. I just sit there and binge watch car crash videos on YouTube for like a couple hours at a time.
Not stupid at all.
I mean, it's like the most worthless thing I can possibly do, but it's just so fun.
Sometimes you just gotta do stuff like that. There's a couple, like I have some guilty pleasures for sure. They're not really guilty though. One of the things about like it just like a lot of people that we interview know me, so they would know this. It was empirical knowledge, but I don't have shame nor guilt, so there's no guilty, shameful pleasures. I collect action figures. I build Lego sets. That's one of my. That's actually I found that building a Lego set for me is therapy. It is literally therapy. I had to go see a therapist over COVID because they had some mental stuff going on that I needed to sort out. Whatever. I was not alone for sure. But like,
oh no, not at all.
I found that when I would build Legos, everything else drifted away. And I was literally just zeroed in on what I was doing. So once a month, I buy a Lego set and I put it together. And it's just I look forward to it. I'm like, oh, this is going to be so cool. I'm going to set up the table. I don't even put like stuff on in the background. I don't have like the TV going or nothing, dude. I'm just like in it. Like, and for me, that's my guilty pleasure for this time is listening to Wham and Nickelback and building Legos.
That sounds similar to my childhood, other than Nickelback. Including the action figure. I used to love that shit.
You just never made it as a wise man, man.
Yeah.
Just couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. You love him or hate him. You got, whatever. I don't care. I like Nickelback. Take that, internet.
I binge creepy pastas.
Binge creepy pastas. Explain further, sir.
I mean, you know what a creepy pasta is, right?
No.
The like scary stories on Reddit or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I watched the ones on YouTube where it's like 40 most horrible executions from the medieval times.
No. Ooh, that's something different. That's like the 40, like the top 40 scary or whatever. No, this is like actual like written stories, like you'd get those.
I don't want to. It's like subtitles. I don't want to have to read.
You don't have to read them.
I don't want to read while I watch a movie.
You can find them on YouTube. I listen to them all the time when I'm building. That's like the thing. I listen to long, like somebody like audiobooks, basically.
I just can't get into audiobooks. I've tried. I actually do love to read. I read a lot, but I just can't like podcasts. I do a lot of podcasts. Like I do 3 podcasts, including this one. I don't listen to podcasts very much. Like I just, because I do it all the time. It's like, did you ever notice, like, you guys have all played music, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
When you're deep in like a music playing cycle, say your band's like killing it and you're like doing stuff and you're playing all the time. Did you ever notice that you don't listen to music as much? Because that's how it was for me. Like the more I'm in something, the less I'm consuming it.
I go to different genres. Like if I'm working on something heavy, then I listen to ska music or something like that.
Nice.
So for me, like the problem for me was I never had anything to listen to music on for a long time. Like between like 18 and like 25, like I didn't have a phone. I didn't even have a phone for a long time.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I had to use the payphone across the street from my trailer.
Yeah, exactly. And then like I didn't have anything like that. So really I didn't listen to music a whole lot when I was, playing.
We all just went silent, just like, geez Louise. Thanks for bringing the mood down, Brandon. Damn. Well, I'm going to talk about, when my grandfather died. Here we go.
You almost made me spit out my LaCroix.
That's what I do. No, it's like I just like it's the same thing with podcasts for me. So like spend like books on tape. When I drive in the car, actually, weirdly enough, like it used to I was always by myself, so it used to kind of make me wonder. But I would drive home from band practice and listen to nothing, like just the world, because I just been inundated with some hard rocking, and I just needed to.
So I'm just gonna say this for everyone out there listening, and for Lowell and even Nick, check out Tales from the Gas Station, because I think you will absolutely love that one.
Tales from the Gas Station from Brandon Schock. Now take that serious. Everything that Brandon has recommended to me has been good.
Yeah.
Like it's not like he's not like one of those bad recommenders, like somebody recommends you something and you're just like no, dude, I can't think of anything you have recommended to me that was not good to some degree.
So it was so good that I listened to all 3 seasons of it, and I bought the books.
Wow.
So it's good.
He thinks about him in the shower.
Listen to it in there.
So like in the what's getting you, Nick, what's getting you stoked about music gear? Is there anything like about like music gear as it is now in the age we live in that's getting you stoked?
You know what's not getting me stoked?
I like that even better.
Yeah. Class D amplification. That's pissing me off. Sorry, I feel like I'm just always coming up with like the worst possible things to say.
No, dude, it's perfect. Brandon, retort. Brandon loves Class D.
I like the band amps and stuff, but technically, I mean, they do have a tube preamp, so it's
right on. From the perspective of someone who like fixes amps.
Oh my god, yeah. As a perspective of that side of it, I totally understand.
Yeah.
And the other side of it is getting a cheap, good tone out of a Class D amp.
Right.
Can also be like, there's a lot of terrible ones out there. I completely agree, but nowadays there are some good ones out there.
I agree with that. Yeah.
But if you're repairing them, yeah, I totally get it. No, I would never want to repair
This is way too civil, guys. I was expecting way more like fire and brimstone and screaming and blood. And you guys have disappointed me thoroughly.
We are pedal builders. So the biggest thing you're going to get is you're stupid. No, you're stupid.
I hate the clon.
Well, you're in a group of other people.
One of our last podcast was me bitching about the fact that I'm over overdrives. I'm just over.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Like how many fucking Tube Screamer clones does the world need? I mean, really think about it. It's not like even like a take or spin on it. It's literally just a straight clone. And it's just like, why? And they even put it in a green box.
Right. Yeah. You got to change the color.
It's like mix it up, dude. Like one of the things that I am stoked about, like right now, you fall into this clear category. Brandon falls in this category. I designed some stuff so I also fall into this category. But artwork on pedals, I'm digging it. It's getting more grandiose. It's getting bigger, better, more experimental. The names on pedals are getting straight up ridiculous, and I love it. It's just like, for me, that's one of the things I'm stoked about. Is it's like the big companies don't have the foothold they used to anymore. Mm-hmm. So you don't get this generic schlock just getting dumped into the marketplace. You actually have a lot of independent builders that can actually get some traction and sell and create these masterpieces, both visually and audibly. Is that a word? Did I say that right? Audibly. Thank you. For being a smart guy, I'm pretty dumb sometimes. But yeah, that's what's getting me stoked. Like, I'm gonna go positive here, which is rare. I'm the eternal pessimist. But I am absolutely positively loving artwork on pedals right now.
It is. I was just looking at, what is it? The Mountain and Base Mountain. Is that damn it, what is the guy's name? What is the company name? Frost Giant, maybe?
Frost Giant does make those.
Yeah, those are really cool to me. I was just Googling those.
Ooh. Yeah. I just Googled them. I have the technology. Oh wow, they do some cool stuff. You know who I always really like their artwork on too? They're not really around anymore, but Dwarfcraft.
Yeah.
I like their artwork on their stuff too back in the day. I always thought it was cool. Some of Debbie Evers' stuff was really cool too. I always liked some of the artwork on like the earlier stuff. And then but that was kind of like the proto days. And then like it started just being like widespread where you're seeing this epic artwork. Gosh, who does the
Abominable does a lot.
Oh, Abominable.
Yeah.
They got that rat fink kind of horror thing going on most of their pedals, and I absolutely love it. It's like a tattoo, like crazy.
Yeah, it's straight up
tattoo art.
It's funny, when I first started doing like the new art style on all my pedals, a lot of people would ask me if they were Abominable pedals because of the bright colors and like the artwork like that. Just because, my pedals have kind of that Lovecraftian horror aspect to them and like bright colors, and so people were like getting us mixed up a little bit at the beginning.
No, that's dude. I could actually see that. One of my favorite pieces of artwork on a pedal though, and it's actually weird too because it's not like what you'd think about like what, if you know me, like what I would like. It's actually kind of counterintuitive to what I'd like, but I just thought it was always just so epic. And that's the Old Blood Noise Endeavors Procession. I love the artwork on that. It's very basic. It's just like the procession of people walking through like a
I like
desert.
all of their artwork. I've seen a lot of stuff where people were like ragging on their artwork, but literally every one of their pedals I think looks amazing.
The
Like, I
Dark
think they're
Star
just-
is really cool. The Black Fountain is neat. They do some cool stuff.
Yeah, it's not the most complex, but it absolutely works, and it's all like within the same kind of theme, I would say. Like you don't have to look at it to be. I mean, if you catch a glance of it, you're just like, oh, it's that, like it's that brand.
Yeah.
I think that's
And
really
then
definable.
I've owned 3 different reflectors, and I always buy them because of the artwork.
Fair.
This isn't-
Yeah, no,
you know,
that's
the
that's
space
super
skull.
fair.
Yeah.
So what's Brandon, what's your bone to pick? What's or your big fun thing about the music like stuff as it is today? Nick's
like
was
or hate about music today.
well, no, Nick's was the fact that he hates Class D amplifiers. Mine was the fact that I love pedal art. What's yours? Can be good or bad.
So, you know, one thing I've really started to dig about the industry today is the fact that CNC machines have gotten so good that cheap guitars play amazing. I no longer have cheese grated hands, terrible fretboards on cheap guitars. Like I might want whatever guitar it is, but I'm not going to play it like all the time. So I'm not going to spend $1,000 on a really nice guitar because it's not the one I'm going to be playing. I just want one because I like the way it looks. And I don't have cheese grater hands if I want to pick it up and play it.
That is very useful. I had a Telecaster that would just slice me a lot. It sucked. It sucked a lot.
No, it's great. It's
No.
great because especially if it's just something that you're gonna like, just use for a project or something, you can get your hands on like a bass 6. For
Yeah.
example, that's why I have a
Exactly.
Squire
Yeah, or a
bass 6.
baritone, or
You
whatever
know,
it is, you can get one. for
I
cheap.
bought it on a whim for a project because it was cheap. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So now it's the part of the program where we share our sound toys of the week. We're gonna make Brandon go last. So Nick, you're up. What is your sound toy of the week?
Okay, so this is, I guess, my personal version of one of the last fuzzes I did. It's the only one that currently exists in a purple theme. So, bam.
Ooh la la.
I like marijuana.
Is that the fitty for an ounce?
It is.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of a cross between the original Muff Fuzz, the one knobber, and a fuzz face, but then with the gain just turned up to like 15 or something. So it's just insanely fuzzy and grainy, and as with pretty much everything I build, it's got a noise gate in it, so it shuts the fuck up when you're not playing.
Fuzz without the buzz, as they say.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh, can we hold on for a second on sound toys? Tell me about your noise gates in your pedal. I always wondered what you're doing in there, like, because it's obviously a simple noise gate.
Most of them, yeah. Well, yeah, all of them. There's like 3 different ways.
Yeah.
3 different ways that I do it. Typically, it's using diodes or biasing a transistor so that it's like just barely off. Anti-parallel diodes, to be specific.
Okay.
To use the proper terminology. Yeah, so it's mostly just that. Like after a high amplitude gain stage, you just put a couple diodes like back to back, and they just clamp out anything that's below their forward voltage. And then sometimes you have to bypass it with like a large value resistor if it's a little bit too much gating. And then a lot of the other ones that I do, yeah, I just use a voltage divider at the base of a transistor, and tune it so that it's like, just a couple dozen millivolts below the forward voltage from base to emitter. And yeah, it just shuts it right up. It's great.
The more you know. Oh,
Okay,
dude.
Vince,
Actually, no, that was
Vince,
very.
insert that. Insert the more you know, please.
That was very actually informative. No, that was cool. That was very informative.
No,
So,
I've been wondering for like ever. Like I probably could just open it up and look, but I just never did.
So for this particular episode of the Pedalboard Podcast, Nick Rogers has won the Shameless Self-Promotion Award.
Yeah, you can yourself to be even more vain about it.
All right, so we're making Brandon go last because he's gonna talk for like an hour about whatever he's got. So mine is an old friend. It was the first pedal that I got that was so insane and so untamable that I had to really, really work to get it to do anything. And I loved that, and I've loved it ever since. It's one of my favorites. It's by a company I really enjoy called Earthquaker Devices. And it is the Data Corruptor. I absolutely love this pedal. It basically what it is it's like an explosion of light and sound and light and sound and imagination and smoke in the void where your brain used to live. It's it kicked the tires and light the fires. So that's my
I've got a funny story about a data corruptor.
Here we go.
So I had a customer whose garage burned down with all his gear in it, and I told him send me everything, and so I went and picked it all up, just buckets of gear, and I said I would try and fix as many of the pedals as I could, and I fixed all but 2 of them, I think. Surprisingly enough, even after the fire, the whoop ass in the tuna cans still worked, which was amazing. But so I washed everything out. I washed all the boards, dried everything, got it all put back together. And I had to ask him about the data corruptor that he had, because I was like, I can't tell if it's working or not. I was like, is it broken or is it working? Like, is it supposed to sound like this?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if this one's broken or not either.
What if it was broken? You just never know.
I absolutely. It's a stunning pedal that I've been a fan of for the years that I've owned it. So that's my sound toy of the week. So without further ado, Brandon and his epic monologue about whatever his sound toy of the week is.
He has the box.
Oh, God. Don't sue us, Josh Scott, or do. I don't really care.
Josh is a cool guy.
I hope he sues us. That'd be a good story.
I mean, we could just cut that part out of the video and then.
I don't care. I really don't care. Oh, yes.
Oh,
Ranger
yes, the chop
fuzz.
fuzz.
Nice.
With the noise button.
Oh, that is his jam in the biggest of ways.
I love this.
The first pedal you ever showed me was that pedal. You're like, you gotta see this.
You just like, it's amazing. And like, I got the noise one because I heard they were only making 40 of them, and so I just got lucky. And this has to be one of the most inspiring fuzzes I've ever played. Just, I sit down with it and just play.
Yeah, it's epic. The chop fuzz is epic. I'm always keeping my eyes out.
Yeah, and it looks amazing also. Like, it sounds amazing. It looks amazing.
I like the little pressure control, like expression control. That's pretty sweet too. Yeah.
It comes with the Igor.
Ooh, nice.
But I mean, just everything about this pedal is fun. I mean, the graphic is fun. The eyeball that lights up and flashes. I love all Ranger stuff.
Do you guys remember damage control pedals? They always had that little. They always had that little like a scope thing that changed colors while you played. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, the color
Those are
changing
sweet.
little LED.
The Strymon of yesteryear, as they say.
The guys that got mad at line 6.
Oh, I love, dude. I still got my Demonizer, and I've got like a Liquid Blues, which is a really cool one. Those are only 2 I own. I'm not going to go seek out the rest of them. I don't think I need them, but there's a part of me that wants to be like, I must own them all.
I mean,
But we got a financial problem there. Well, you know, me and Brandon both share a love of Dan Electro pedals, and we seek them out at every turn. So you get it.
What's that one that everyone always wants? Like the reverse reverb or whatever it is?
Back talk.
The back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reverse delay.
That and the Sitar Swami too, that people want that one too.
That reminds me, I need to play that one today and make sure it's working.
Yeah, we both managed to get our grubby little mitts on Sitar Swamis, and we're debating. We're trying to figure out whether or not Brandon's is broken. But that's one of those pedals too. You just don't know.
Yeah, I think
so. We're comparing mine to his.
It's not flanging enough, I think.
Is there a trim pod inside?
No, I've opened them up before. It's totally all DSP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
So
in a colorful case,
teeny tiny little boards, and it's kind of a pain. I think the flanger in it though is an analog flanger. I'm not sure. There is a PT2399 somewhere in there too. It's just filled with crap. Like,
literal crap.
You open it up and you're just like, there is so much in this pedal, and I just like close it.
just nope.
Nope. It's 3 sandwich boards too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like it's a massive undertaking inside those Dan Electro pedals, like the Sitar Swami and the back talk. I'm sure
they're too strange to live and too rare to die. Pretty much. Is what they...
I've got the Freedom,
I've got one of the talk boxes too. Yeah,
talk box one. It actually works.
It's
really
actually my favorite talk box.
Yeah,
for when I can the rare occasion I would ever use a talk box. This is when I do my Peter Frampton cover night.
Yeah, I don't know what I just always like. That was actually the first pedal I ever bought was a talk box, and I returned it because I couldn't use it. Because I was like 10 years old. I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah, dude, I remember, luckily I grew up with, my dad was a musician. So I had like a band that practiced. We had a rehearsal studio in our house. So I kind of grew up around it. So I knew what a talk box was, and I used to go play with theirs. I just slimed my dad's talk box all the time.
But I returned it, and I got a grunge pedal, a hashbound flanger, and a ice box.
I love the Icebox, dude. The Icebox was my first chorus ever. And
I bought one a while back, and I had to return it because it was broken.
You're broken.
The
Are you sure it was broken?
No? Yeah, it was broken.
No, there's a lot of broken stuff in this conversation here.
Yeah. You're broken pedal too.
Yeah, that's so it happens. We buy and sell. Brandon does more so than I do, but I'm still pretty up there as far as epicness of pedals. Like, there's a reason we do a podcast and YouTube channel completely based on pedals, because we're fucking obsessed.
Like, have you done a count? Have you done a count of how many you own?
I did one 2 years ago.
Yeah, I did one about the same, and it was well over 100 for me. So I was just like, I'm not counting anymore. Like,
I'm pretty sure I'm up over 3 now.
Wow.
Maybe even 4 or 5.
Holy shit.
I don't know. There's been a lot coming in, and I don't sell much. So sometimes me and Brandon will trade stuff, but or I'll trade stuff with other friends, but like, it's like the count is high because we're just obsessed. And it's not like we're spending tons and tons of money on this stuff. We just always on the hunt. So we find the deals.
And also, I build them, so trading always works too.
Yeah. Brandon does that too. I've trade goods and services for pedals. You need some like drywall done. Well, we can have a chat. I just didn't trade for so long.
Yeah, Lowe's got to get his knee pads on so he can lay carpet.
I don't do carpet. No. I did vinyl flooring in my bass player's mother's house because her water heater exploded and it did a ton of water damage, blew out a bunch of stuff. So
Did that go over your head?
no, it didn't. I just ignored it. Just
I was
ignored it.
wondering. I was like, wait a minute.
Nope, I just blew right past it because you were like the cop that was waiting on the desert highway, and I was the guy in the Ferrari going like 140, and you're just like, screw it, I'm not gonna go after this guy. There's no way.
I'm the confused hitchhiker in the passenger seat.
Yeah, I just redid the flooring, so I had to wear knee pads for like the last whole week. So that's the reason I'm stretching a lot right now and yawning, because I've been doing in the midst of construction on his mom's house because I wanted to try to save her some bones.
Construction. Bones.
Take it how you will. We're blowing right past Brandon in his LaCroix right now. He's just sitting in his cop car drinking LaCroix. No, that's fun. So where can we find Dirty Haggard audio pedals? Can we find them on the internet?
Yeah, surprisingly enough. dirtyhaggard.com or Reverb. And then I actually have some distributors across the world, which is ridiculously rad.
Hot damn.
Yeah. Axe and You Shall Receive in Canada, Peerless in Australia, and now Effects Pedal Planet in the UK.
Amazing.
Yeah, me as well.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What about you're local to Portland? What shops got your shit?
Currently, it's Old Town Music, both locations, and Paradise Guitars.
I don't like their name. Love their shop. Paradise Guitars. No, dude, that's the coolest little guitar store, hole in the wall guitar store I've ever been in.
I mean, wait. Let's talk about this name for a second. It's Paradise.
It's Parrot
Dice. I know. It's amazing. It's an amazing name.
It makes me want to cut myself and cry.
I love the name of that shop.
And rub salt in it just so I can feel something.
They're getting more and more parrots there too. So it's just awesome.
Well, I just walked in and I mean, it was just like, oh my gosh, they had a good selection of pedals. That's where I saw one of your pedals, in fact, Nick. And then they had like a Gibson Marauder in there. And I was like, okay, well, I like this place. That's kind of my speed. And I was just like, oh, cool, man. They got some Melody Makers and a Marauder. I think I emailed them to get pricing on those. They haven't responded. It's been like a week, but they're kind of old school in there. So that's fine. I'm not worried. I'll go in there next time over at Brand's. I know, and that's fine. They're just hole in the wall guitar shop. I was going to stop in, but
they've got some stuff there now that you would really like.
Oh, don't tell me that, dude.
What? Maybe you're gonna have
come financially prepared.
Yeah,
I'll come like after I've been paid or something.
I gotta say, so there was this one thing I saw in there today. I gotta tell you about it before we get off here.
Okay.
It's a little like record scratching toy. So like it has like a beatbox thing and then a little record you can scratch, but it's like a total kids toy one. I think you would absolutely love it. Check out it's up on their Instagram story. You need to see it.
My mind just blown.
When I saw it, I immediately was like, oh, Lil's gonna have to have that.
Well, before I forget, we're just going to take a second here to thank our awesome sponsors, because our sponsors are the best sponsors. I swear they came in early before we even had anything, most of them, and they've been so good to us. I just want to say thank you to SE Microphones for hooking us up with a couple of really awesome microphones. Get Off My Case for building us great pedal boards for all our projects. I personally have a Get Off My Case pedal board. Vince DeGioia builds most of his. A Vagabond Audio, our other guy, he builds most of his with Get Off My Case boards, which are amazing. Bullet Cables for providing all of our cables for our pedal board builds. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody, but I just want to take a special.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm not done. Thank Revv for hooking us up with some amplifiers and sponsoring our channel. But the one that I really, really want to thank is Teenage Engineering for sending me a ton of pocket operators and like just being really cool dudes and making super fun stuff. Because pocket operators are the jam. I did that in like 2 seconds. What do you got? So yes, I just want to thank our lovely sponsors, Shock Rock Effects, who he's got one too, man. We love our pocket operators. Yeah, they're good stuff. So thanks, guys. We want to thank Nick from Dirty Haggard Audio, dirtyhaggard.com, and Dirty Haggard at reverb.com for joining us. Is there any closing thoughts that you would have for our listeners, Mr. Nick Rogers?
Oh, man.
You say anything you want now.
Pineapple does indeed go on pizza.
Yes, it does. I agree.
Yes.
That's my jam.
So does sriracha.
Pineapple and pepperoni.
Pineapple,
Hell yeah.
pepperoni, jalapeno. That's my jam. That's what I get every time from Domino's without fail.
Pizza. I want to also thank Mattoverse.
Mattoverse. Well, he forgot me, so I just forgot him. So he forgot when he sent stuff. He's like, "Thanks, Vincent, Brandon," and it's like,
Yeah, he wrote a little note and everything.
yeah, I was like, fuck, all right.
Two t-shirts, two
I'm the one
mugs.
reviewing your pedal, right? That review's gonna go down in flames. It's gonna be epic. Of course, it should with a pedal like that. It's delightfully bad.
That was the first.
The worst delay
episode as
pedal
well.
I've ever. It's the worst delay pedal I've ever played.
Yeah.
It's the Air Trash by by Mattoverse. It began life as a delay pedal. It should have ended there too. They should have mercy killed that thing at birth. I love it a lot though. On the flip side, yeah, show them one. I know you got one handy.
Mine sits on my desk.
Because in a box where it belongs, tucked behind something. Yes, the Mattoverse Air Trash.
Nice.
Mine, you'll love this. Mine actually has a pink LED.
Hell yeah.
So tell me just one more quick thing too, because I'm actually super intrigued. I've read a little bit on it, but tell me just a little bit more about your DH2 Death Fuzz, because I'm personally interested in this pedal.
Oh, word. Yeah, that was the first one I put out. It's based on the companion fuzz, aka Shinai FY2.
Oh.
Earthquaker did their own version, the Terminal fuzz. So yeah, it's like a vintage 1960s Japanese fuzz originally. Super, super gnarly. It's incredibly filtered. Like 2 gain stages that are just completely maxed out into a really aggressive high pass filter. And then what I did to make mine different is I added a mid-range filter control. So it kind of boosts up a lot of lower mid-range. I added a noise gate to it, and then the original, the output volume was lower than the input volume. So I corrected that with an output amplifier.
I'm very intrigued. What about the Broken? I didn't see the Broken on your website. Is that like a limited run, or it's out of production for the while?
You had the V2 come out recently.
Yeah,
right?
the V2. I saw the video for that.
So I originally made a pink version of that one too. Sold out of those. I reordered, and there was a little bit of a mishap, and so I got some gray hammer tone ones. And so those are the current limited edition one. Yeah, that's an original design. It's I was trying to come up with something on a breadboard and nothing was working, and so I just started ripping parts out and then plugging new parts in, and eventually I heard sound, and so then I just kept working at it. And it's the most illogical circuit that I think exists. One of the transistors is installed backwards. If you start
the Jordan Boss tone.
Oh yeah, exactly. And yeah, if you start altering any of the values, it just shuts down. It just doesn't work. You can't really modify that pedal. It's like the thing that should not be. But surprisingly, I stumbled upon values that actually made it function.
You make pink ones again, you hit me up. How's that sound? I'll buy one straight up.
Hell yeah.
Because that thing sounded great. And how else am I going to play my Lenny Kravitz riffs, dude? You know, like I might have to do like a video of it, and I'll do like, Are You Gonna Go My Way? I won't do Fly. I'll do Are You Gonna Go My Way? I'll sing it too. You hear this juicy baritone? I'll sing that shit.
Can I request American Woman?
Yes, you can. You can. I won't do it, but you can request it.
And actually, I have a pink tone benzer that you made me.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. And there's a 30 seconds of awesome of that coming out pretty soon.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll definitely get you some stuff. I know Brandon's got some stuff, and we will definitely slow some of that. But we're gonna sign off here. We can still stick around and chat without these jabronis sitting in here judging our every word. Thank you for listening to the Pedalboard Podcast. You know, we just want you to be fantastic always. We want to thank our guest, Brandon Schock. Well, he's a host, I guess, and Nick Rogers. Just thanking you guys for being here.
Thank you.
Be fantastic always, and try not to look a bag of suck.